The 7 levels of Ash Ketchum explained. Ash Ketchum has captured, trained, and battled with more Pokemon than almost any trainer in the entire series. But not all of them were treated equally. Some became icons, some carried entire regions, and others barely got the time of day. Today, we're breaking every major Pokemon of Ash into 7 levels. This isn't just about strength, it's about their personality, their win rate, their development, and their impact on the anime. Level 1, Trash. These Pokemon aren't trash themselves. They're just the least development based on how the anime used them and how they were in battle. Unpheasant. Ash's Unpheasant looked sleek and fast, but the anime barely used it. It got few meaningful wins, no major gym finales, and no league-defying battles. It didn't have much personality, but it was calm, obedient, but forgettable. It was mostly a scout, never a strategic centerpiece. And it has a strong design, a weak execution, but the anime simply didn't care about it. Boldor. A tank with glowing crystals and heavy footsteps, but almost no story. It had a few solid wins. It was used really early in Unova, and it never was given a key victory or emotional arc. It was supportive, quiet, but flat. And it has plenty of potential, but minimal payoff. Palpitoad. It was loud, grumpy, and fun. A real personality, but not a real impact. It had some nice battles, mostly mid-tier wins, but never the star of a gym or league fight. It's actually aggressive, but never explored. It was entertaining, but it didn't matter in the long run. Pidgeotto. Nostalgic and loyal, but overshadowed by Pidgeot. It helped early in Kanto, mostly small, low-staked battles, and evolved right before leaving Ash. It's responsible, calm, and helpful. It's useful, but never powerful or central. Level 2, Rookie. These Pokemon had personality or moments, but lacked development, consistency, or long-term presence. Totodile. Bouncy, energetic, and full of personality. Win rate, some okay gym performances. It's not a reliable battler, and often comic relief rather than competitor. It's playful, excitable, and always dancing. It has iconic behavior, but weak battle record. Torkoal. Emotional and loyal, but cried more than it fought. It has a low win rate, struggled against strong opponents, and had 1 or 2 memorable moments, like that battle with Registeel. It didn't win, but it came out close. It's sensitive and expressive. It has big heart, but low impact. Noivern, a Pokemon given too late. Now, I love Noivern, but the reason it's here is because it was barely battled with, undertrained compared to Ash's other flyers, and it only has a few supportive roles, like that battle with Zapdos. Amazing. It's sweet and innocent, and it's attached to Halucha. Don't get me wrong, that's an amazing storyline. And it has potential, but it had no time to grow. Muck, a hugger, not a fighter. Its win rate was surprisingly strong in the Indigo League, but barely used afterwards. Its personality is affectionate and goofy. It had iconic behavior, but almost no battling. And sometimes when it did battle, its only wins was with a puny Bellsprout. Primeape, a powerhouse who left too soon. Okay, it won the P1 Grand Prix, which was amazing, but only battled for a short time. It was wild, energetic, and eventually disciplined. It's strong, but it left instantly. Kingler, a one-hit wonder. It destroyed in its debut battle, but it was almost never used again. It was mostly used in the background, and it has an amazing debut, but no follow-up. Level 3, okay. These Pokemon were reliable, but not inconsistent. Snivy, confident, elegant, disciplined. Its win rate, it had some good early Unova wins, but it faded later on. It was sassy, composed, and mature. It has a strong early personality, but mid-battle performance. Goodra, emotional and kind. Win rate, it had some strong wins, like with Luxray in the battle with Clement for Ash's 5th badge. It had mixed consistency. It was used in the Kalos League, but left early, so it didn't have much time to really train. It's a gentle giant, and it's beloved, but not dominant. Dragonite. It had a strong early streak, but later took surprising losses. It was affectionate, friendly, and eager. It's very good, but not necessarily elite. Torterra. Started great as a Grottle, but fell off as a Torterra. It lost most big matches, like with Drapion in the battle versus Paul. And it had strong defense, but low offense. It was determined and brave. It had a great arc, but weak results. Gengar, a ghost with attitude. It had some very clutch wins, like with Inteleon in the battle with Leon, but some embarrassing losses. Now, it was playful and mischievous, strong, but streaky. Naganadel, Ultra Beast with heart. It was strong, but it had a limited screen time. And it took key roles, but not many fights. It's protective and loyal. and it's powerful, but barely used. Scraggy, baby brawler. Now, it's average. It has lots of training, but few big battles. It's confident and stubborn. And it's fun, but not impactful. Melmetal. Late evolution, and it had a rare usage. Some strong moments, but not used enough to climb tiers. It was simple-minded and curious. It had a huge potential, but not enough battles. Gibble. Cute and chaotic. Known for more Draco Meteor accidents and few major wins. Its personality is silly and energetic. And it has great personality, but weak results. Dracovish, a physical monster, but it was underused. It had good few wins, but limited appearances. But it is really goofy and hyper. Now, mid. Solid, reliable, but not the stars. Now, Pignite. Strong, emotional, determined. It was good in Unova. Several gym wins, but not top tier. It was brave, loyal, and had an emotional backstory. And it's a solid fighter with a meaningful arc. Heracross. Sleepy off the battlefield, but deadly on it. It had strong battles, good league wins, but not used enough. It was calm, beetle-brained, and addicted to sap. It was powerful, but not in consistent usage. Noctowl. Ash's first shiny. It had smart tactician, good gym contributions, but limited spotlight. It was intelligent and observant, and it was a smart fighter, but not iconic. Now, Leavanny. Helpful and crafty. It was solid in Unova. It had good technique, but not a team ace. It was nurturing and cheerful. And it was a good all-rounder, but not elite. Tauros. 30 of them, one personality. It was surprisingly strong in Orange League and Johto, but it wasn't used that often. And it was only a strong cameo fighter. Mr. Mime, house help and occasional battler. It had good wins when used, but very few battles. It was helpful and quirky, but more of a caretaker than team member. Butterfree, one of the most emotional goodbyes. It was decent, and it had memorable early battles. It's gentle and loving. It had impactful moments, but only modest battling. Lapras means a lot, but battles little. It had low usage, and it was mostly used for traveling across the ocean and lakes. Now, it was kind and loyal, but it had more emotional impact than fighting impact. Now, Larvitar. Not Ash's official team member, but it has a great arc. but just not a battler. Level 5, good. These Pokemon were consistent, strong, and memorable. First, we have Talonflame. Reliable flyer. It had strong gym wins and huge heart. And its most memorable moment was definitely that battle with Moltres when it evolved into Talonflame. Bayleaf. Tough, efficient, and great win rate for a mid-stage. And it had too much of a connection to Ash. Well, a lot of connection. But now, Corphish. Energetic, funny, and strong in Hoenn battles. Like that battle with him and Swellow versus Swampert and Arcanine. Remember that? Yeah? Buizel. Fast, serious, and a reliable water type. Rowlet. Sleepy, but clutch. Clever battles. Some might call it the GOAT. But not on our list. Now, Hawlucha. A stylish fighter and good Kalos wins. Snorlax. A great powerhouse and a great Orange League record. And on top of that, it can use 6 moves in one battle. How great is that? Staraptor. A high-speed ace and strong Sinnoh wins. Isn't it crazy that they gave it a Mega? Donphan. It was great after evolving, and it had a strong league performance. Now, level 6. Great. I would call these the aces. These Pokemon carried arcs, gyms, or even leagues. Sceptile. Clutched wins against legendary opponents like Darkrai. High strategy and high power. It was unbelievably fast. Lucario. Ash's strongest Journeys Pokemon. Aura Synergy and Elite wins. Heavens to Betsy. Pikachu almost got jealous of him for being used more. Swellow. Some might call him the tank of Hoenn. He ate thunder and kept going. Remember that Thunder Armor moment? Yeah. Now, Lycanroc. The Alola League MVP. He dominated Gladion's Lycanroc in that last championship battle. Crocodile. Sinnoh powerhouse with a dominant win record. Definitely Ash's Unova ace. Gliscor. Huge growth arc and strong comeback wins. Squirtle. Leader, reliable battler, and emotional depth. Oshawott. Underrated wins. Lots of heart. But not the strongest, but clutch. These aren't quite the GOATs, but absolutely game changers. Now, level 7, GOAT. These Pokemon define Ash's legacy. Bulbasaur. He needed to evolve, but he was great even without evolving. Leader of the lab, clutched battler, and huge heart. He was the one who kept the Kanto group together without them fighting all the time. Incineroar. It has slow build, but enormous payoff. It won Ash the Alola League finals against the Masked Royal. Infernape. One of the best arcs in the entire anime. Rage, Control, to Champion. And he has one of the best storylines in that series. Greninja. It had an amazing emotional chemistry, insane speed, and a bond phenomenon, such known as Satoshi Gekkoga, a symbol of Kalos. Charizard, from disobedient brat to one of Ash's strongest battlers ever. Multiple regions, iconic wins, and huge legacy. And, last but not least, Pikachu. Ash's first Pokemon with victories spanning regions, legendaries, and champions. Strongest bond, it had the strongest growth and the strongest presence. Some may call it the son of Arceus. Now, these are the 7 levels of Ash's Pokemon, ranked not just by strength, but by win rate, personality, impact, and how much the anime let them shine. Some Pokemon became legends, some Pokemon became leaders, and some Pokemon were just victims of bad writing. But that's it for this video, and let me know what Pokemon you would put in your 7 levels. Now, I choose you to watch the next video. Peace, trainers.